Hi, I am Kedger on Two Wheels, and today is the day for the Yamaha SR400. So this is a completely different thing. It's a different beast from everything I've been trying, and I'm really curious about it. So what is this Yamaha SR400? This is much in the same way as the Honda CB1100, a blast from the past, but with a little difference. This one is built to be an exact replica with the same specs and all of a 70s bike. And it does look very classical, and I'm not really into the look of classical bikes, but I'll have to admit, this looks really spicy. It looks nice. There's chrome everywhere. It looks really cool. It really does look like an old bike. And then there are a few odd things. First, okay, it's a single cylinder 400cc engine, and well, let's just go front to back, okay? First things you notice, the tires. The tread has a really odd pattern, really old pattern. There's a single disc brake at the front with a single piston, no ABS, and the tire is, don't you see it's kind of big? That's because it's an 18-inch rim. 90 width tire, 18-inch rim, which is pretty odd, and spoked wheels. And then you've got the rear tire, which is a 17-inch rim. I think this one's standard. Now this is also 18-inch with a spoked wheel, which is very odd. And then you have this thing, a kickstart on a 2015 bike, which is really odd. And well, it's a really basic and simple bike. So let's see what's what with this little baby. Again, MJ Paiva lending me yet another pretty valuable bike. This bike is 6,000 euros, so this has the same price as that, the MT-07, which is a bit odd, I'd say, but I think it's because the market is specific for this one. It's got a center stand, side stand, single cylinder 400cc, 23 horsepower. So specs wise, oh, and double shock absorber, so specs wise this is awful. It has half the power of the KTM 390. It has a drum brake at the rear. It's expensive, 6K for something with not even a disc brake at the rear, so it's odd, but it's a 70s bike. So let's start her up. Wow, that's a lot of things here. That's a lot of buttons. What the hell is this? High beams, low beams, push to pass, I think. Yeah, this is push to pass. Indicators, horn. Cool sounding horn. This is hazards and no hazards. Emergency stop, the cutoff switch. And you might have noticed there's nothing under here. That's right, this is a 6,000 euro bike with no electric start. I'm just going to spin her around so I can exit. Just give me a moment. How do I spin her around? Like this? Ooh, it's very light. It's very light and very thin. No electrical starter, so I have to do this. And then you have this little valve here to decompress it, so let's hang on. It's stuck now, then a little down, then up, and now let's start her. Peraí. Oh, have I mentioned this is the first time I've done anything like this? Is it on? It is on now. Don't laugh, it's the first time I've done anything like this. And it's on. Easier than I expected. I like the levers. I like the sound. Even though it's an old bike, this is fuel injected. Probably because of emissions regulations and stuff like that. Gearbox is really smooth. Really smooth. Ooh, she vibrates a lot. But it's a nice kind of vibration. My, this is certainly different. Even the riding position is very weird. The handlebars are really close to me and they're bent. They're bent like a sports bike slightly. But they're really straight also. This is very strange. I have never ridden an old bike, ever. Remember, I've only been riding for 2 years. But this is exactly as I would expect an old bike to ride and to feel. Vibrates quite a lot. Fuel? Oh, I do have an no more fuel light. Let's see how it brakes. No ABS, so... Oh, it's adequate. Neutral was easy to find. This rumbling of the engine, it has... how shall I say it? It has character. Yeah, it does have character. There's a thing with bikes that they have personalities. They really do. And this one is very... I don't know, it does have a... It's nice, it's got... it vibrates... How am I going to explain this? It's really special. The way this bike vibrates, it's not annoying. It's not... oh, I know. It's not vibrating, it's actually rumbling along. Especially at low revs, feels really nice. Under you. This dash is super old school. And even though I prefer fully digital dashes with all the bling, I have to say this is really pretty. Doesn't have much power. It's noticeable that it's only got 23 horsepower, which is about the same what the much smaller CBR 250R can do. But then again, just like the CB1100, the whole point is not performance. So I get to this bike now. After riding the CB1100, I understand the point of this. This is not supposed to be performance. It's supposed to be to ride bad, be slow, and with bad brakes. Ish, okay, not really bad brakes, but the point is not performance. The point of this is to have the old bike you had when you were a kid, not me, but the target guys which are going to buy this, gets the bike you had or which you wanted to have when you were kids, but brand new, so it's not going to break down. And it's going to look super cool because it's a really vintage bike. Look at the front wheel vibrating. That's what I'm feeling under me, see? I really hope you can see that, because that's what I am feeling. And it's really thin. Look, it's one hand across, so that's like a foot and something else. A foot and a third, a foot across, so it's really thin. I feel like an idiot with this helmet cam and the mohawk, and then on a vintage bike like this. Fantastic. And so I've brought it for some less speedy twisties. Another scenic roads. And I've noticed one thing. Listen to this. Listen. There's a little sound like as if I had a chip rubbing against the spokes, which is really weird. And there's lots of little mechanical sounds on this, which adds character to it, because it does have character. I love this one. And look, I'm going slowly and more slowly, and I'm still enjoying myself. It just doesn't make sense going fast on this one. It's different. It's a completely different bike. I'm just going to show you this scenic tour route, actually, and let you enjoy it. Corners well, and it's really easy to ride. Probably because it is really thin, really short, small or short, and light. But this is not a bike for me, not by a long shot. But there are a few who will definitely enjoy this one. A brand new old bike, blast from the past. Let's go off into the mists of nostalgia. Oh, this is an eye turner. That biker was looking not at me, not at the Mohawk, not at the camera, at the bike when he crossed. As soon as he saw the bike, he was his eyes shifted to the bike. And it sounds really delicious. It vibrates under you. It is always happily vibrating under you. A bit on the hands, not too much, a bit on the feet, but not too much. Might get tiresome though, but I actually find it quite pleasurable. It's not just a dull sound, a dull thing under you, just pushing you forwards. No, the engine is a big part of the experience. I'm loving it. If you like the Honda CB1100 but you feel it is too big and too expensive, this is the machine for you. Oh yeah. The cornering is actually surprisingly good and stable. Let's try it out here. Yeah, it works. It works perfectly fine. And I'm not used to it. And if I crash, this one's going to be really expensive because of all the chrome and all the parts that are going to be scratched. So I'm a bit wary of it. And yet, it's super cool. Now, let's do something really stupid for this one, which is a performance test. Let's see how well she goes. This is akin to taking a 50cc scooter and seeing how it goes on a track. Makes no sense whatsoever what I'm doing. Well, it does get up to 110 fairly easily. And now for the bumpy road. Thank you. Now, first bump is around here. Oh, second. Yeah, I leave the seat, but it's not uncomfortable. Although I do believe one of the wheels, if it didn't take off the ground, was close. Want to know why I say this has a soft suspension? Check this out. Look. Looks like a boat. Wonk. Well, it does got charm. I'll give you that. Okay, Gerald.